I want to take a couple of minutes and discuss about alpha lipoic acid, which is a supplement that I've been taking on and off since 2013. But let's start with just a bit of biochemistry. So in the human body, alpha lipoic acid is a cofactor in at least five enzymes, five enzyme systems which are involved in energy metabolism, especially in the part of the citric acid cycle or Krebs cycle, and most notably probably its involvement in the pyruvate dehydrogenase complex. So it helps a lot with aerobic metabolism. Also, it is important to mention that alpha lipoic acid acts as an antioxidant in the brain, and it has been shown to help with different conditions and disorders within the brain. So, but that's just boring, right? Anyway, I've been taking alpha lipoic acid ever since 2013, and like I said, I've been on and off. So I found out about this from Tim Ferriss and his 4-Hour Body book, I guess. And back then I took, so he was suggesting to take it as part of a stack which he called PAGG. So P comes from polycosanol, which also has been shown to help with better glycemic control. A comes from alpha lipoic acid, G comes from garlic extract, and the last G comes from green tea extract. And he was suggesting to take the stack, so the PAGG, 4 times a day. So it had like 300 milligrams of alpha lipoic acid times 4 is 1200 milligrams of alpha lipoic acid per day. I wasn't on his diet, on his low carb diet, but I was on the ketogenic diet. That's when I started using the ketogenic diet because I wanted to lose the stubborn fat that I had in my abdominal section. So I'm not really sure to which I can attribute my success of the experiment back then, to either to the stack or the ketogenic diet or the weightlifting that I was doing, or the combination of all of them together. But anyway, I digress. So ever since 2013, probably that's when, during that experiment, that's when I took alpha lipoic acid in a dose of 1200 milligrams per day. Right now, and ever since, I've been taking it like, I would say 300 milligrams. So this is the one that I'm using. It's a local brand, and you can't find it on Amazon, but you can probably find the combination. So this one is 300 milligrams of alpha lipoic acid, and it also has biotin and chromium alongside. So let me check. It also has 300 micrograms of biotin and 200 micrograms of chromium, which is picolinate, so chromium picolinate. The combination of biotin and chromium has been shown to be very helpful with better glycemic control. So all of them together kind of work for the same purpose. So like I've said, I'm taking 300 milligrams, and as part of my N=1 experiment, I started tracking my blood glucose and my blood ketones in December last year. So ever since, I've been tracking them daily, and ever since, I've been on and off alpha lipoic acid, and I've noticed that when I'm on it, my blood glucose levels, the trend is lower. So blood glucose levels are slightly lower when I'm taking alpha lipoic acid, and I'm only taking like 300 milligrams. So I might think of upping the dose, But this is another important point that I have to make, and I kind of may have done it wrong, because as I've read a lot about alpha lipoic acid in the last couple of days, I've learned that you should take it, so for better bioavailability and absorption, you should take it probably 30 to 60 minutes before the meal, or at least 120 minutes after the meal. And I've taken it like immediately after the meal, so might not have done it correctly. So I'll try experimenting with taking it before or after the meal, 2 hours after, or half an hour to 1 hour before, and see what results I get of that. And also I might also increase the dose to probably 600 milligrams. So I'm taking it along or near my carbohydrate meal of the day. So I'm currently on the ketogenic diet, and I have 2 meals a day in an 8-hour time frame. And the first meal is kind of carnivore-ish, so 0 carb. And in the second meal, that's when I have all my carbohydrates, so 20 to 25 grams of carbohydrates. And that's when I have alpha lipoic acid. So probably gonna start experimenting with 600 milligrams, but first I'm gonna try 300 milligrams and do it correctly. And maybe if I want to keep improving things, and if I notice that there's not a significant reduction in blood glucose levels, I might up the dose. So reason being, I might do an update on alpha lipoic acid soon. I don't know. So if you want to look for it on Amazon, see if you can find a combination of alpha lipoic acid, biotin, and chromium. And it would be best if you can find an R alpha lipoic acid, which has been shown to be the most bioavailable. So these alpha lipoic acids come in 2 forms as synthetic, as they are made synthetically. So they come in R form or in S form, or in a combination of R and S, which I guess this is because it doesn't specify. If it would have been an R, which is probably the highest quality, it would have specified that it's an R. But this is probably a racemic combination, or a racemic mixture, or a combination of both R and S. So if you can find the R, do look for it. But I don't want to make this video too long. I might talk about the biochemistry or more about the R and S form of or RS form of alpha lipoic acid in a different video. So you might want to stay tuned for that. Anyway, I guess that's all I have for now in terms of alpha lipoic acid. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. Other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.